Nekosaka, thank you very much for the question. I always feel awkward reviewing my own work after it's been posted, and even start to be critical and look for flaws in it. Any good ideas about relieving that kind of feeling? What I'm going to tell you is not actually advice for how to relieve that feeling. What I'm going to tell you is is the fact that, going back to the world of filmmaking, one of the most successful filmmakers in the entire world, and one of the most beloved in terms of his artistry, is Martin Scorsese. In the trailer for his masterclass, the first thing that he says, listen, if you don't look at your first draft for a film, if you don't look at your first draft and feel physically ill, something's wrong. Looking at something you've made and feeling, sometimes if it's already out, if you look at something you're in the middle of working on and you don't feel the passion to continue it, changing course and trying something new is fine. Changing a scene, starting something new, whatever. If it's already out there and you finish the draft and you need to keep going with this, if you go, what that means is you care about it. And what that means is your standards for it are high. It's a good thing to feel awkward about reviewing your own work because it means that you're analytical. It means that you're looking at what you've made and you think, how can I make it better? Also, it means that you're growing. By giving your work to other people, you are opening yourself up to criticism. And this can be really painful sometimes if you're not expecting to receive negative criticism. It's like I said earlier, being able to find the value in what people tell you and being able to, if someone can say, hey, I love this, but I would change this, they're not, if you've asked them for criticism, that's just what they feel. They're not being rude and they're not saying that you are a bad artist or that you've made bad work. They're just giving you a way of improving it. And if you look at something you've made and you think, that probably means that you've identified a way of making it better. And that means that that second draft is going to be miles better than that first draft. And even better, if you look at that second draft and you go, you've already found something else to improve that. Keep looking at your work. Keep reviewing it. Just have it in a state where you think it's finished. Show it to people and read it yourself. And if you look at it and you think, fuck, that sucks, you've found how. You've already got it. If you've read something and thought, you've found a way of making it better already. You already know what you need to do. Because how would you have cringed at something if you hadn't, if you didn't know what the problem was? If you didn't think there was a problem, you would love every word of it, right? So that's what I would say to you. Don't, relieving that kind of feeling, the best way of relieving it if it's making you truly upset is to take a fucking break. Take a step back, engage in something different, play a game, do something comfortable for a little while, but you need to be prepared to come back to it. And you need to be prepared for the fact that that feeling will always be there. But if it is, I'm here to tell you that's a good thing. That is a good thing, and it will help you make your art better. So embrace it. Embrace the feeling of disgust you have for the first draft because it will make that second draft so much better. If you don't know how to improve it, well, think about the things that you don't like about it. If you've drawn a picture and you think, oh God, something about it is, if you literally can't summon the words for what the fuck is wrong with it, right? If you literally have no idea, that's when asking friends comes in. If you can't figure it out, listen, I don't think this is right. Ask a friend and they'll say, well, there's this, there's that, there's that. If you're unlucky and maybe you don't have the biggest social circle, maybe you're quite shy, there are all sorts of communities online where you can find people to review your work. There's forums. If you want to publish something on AO3, don't do it right now. I've heard the website's weird, but there are comments from people that you can take in. If you think something's good and someone criticizes it, sometimes they're just being mean, but sometimes they might have a point, and you can look at that and be like, maybe you're right. And then you can go from there. You may not have friends, but you'll be able to find opinions on your work. If you look hard enough, you'll be able to find it. So look to yourself. If you feel discomfort with what you've made, figure out what it was about it that made you uncomfortable. Change it, correct it, make it better. If it still does, keep working at it, and eventually, you probably won't feel that way anymore. And then you'll know it's ready. If you have no fucking idea in the world, try and ask somebody else, whether they're a friend, a family member, or they're someone you've met online through a forum, or, this is a really wonderful community. You could join a Kindred Discord, and I'm sure that after this stream, a lot of them are going to be really keen on helping people out. So that's a good place to start.